Hey, let's take a look at final order cutoff for October 23rd, 2023. Stick around. Welcome back, family. Thanks for joining yet again. Hey, we're here to take a look at the interesting books of interest for the final order cutoff on Previews Guide for the week ending October 23rd, which is a Monday. Again, for those of you that are new, what I try to cover is any number one a new series, whether it be limited series, a one shot, or a whole series. Give you the information of a new one's coming out. I highlight the number twos, so this way, if you did pick up a number one on a whim the last month, and you really like the story, this is your reminder to get this number two or click the subscribe button. And if I see any like really interesting keys or hot covers, or if I know of any first appearances, I try to throw those in there as well. For the most part, I don't unless I hear it from somebody else. So I need you guys to tell me. All right, so let's see if we can jump right into this. And first that we're going to see is, no, I don't want that one. I want that one. There we go. And we're going to jump right into Boom Studios. And we've got Animal Pound, cover A, Ash Can, which is cool to see an Ash Can on here. $2.99. I hate to say this, but $2.99 is a bargain these days. Isn't that sad when a $3 comic book is the cheapest one you could find, and they're generally like $7.99 now? Anyway, this is going to be in shops on November 15th, and it looks like it's from the same ones that brought the Animal Farm and Animal Castle. I think it's Animal Pound. So it's a number. I think it's a one shot. If it's Ash Can, it's definitely not going to be a second, number two of an Ash Can book. However, like I said, $2.99. Might want to pick one up. The only other one that I saw from Boom Studios is we have a number one of a 6-part series coming out called Lotus Land. Okay, that's the cover A. There is a cover B, but I'm not going to go into every single cover unless I see one that's like, whoa, you got to check this out. Moving on to DC. We've got a new run of a 12-part series called The Outsiders. And we also have Speed Force, number one of 6. I'm not a fan of that cover. I'm sorry, I'm just not. And if you did pick up Sandman number 1, and you liked it, here's your reminder to order Sandman number 2 of the 6-part series. That is the cover A. Now let's see what else we got in the next category. Wow, I can't believe I was doing. Sorry about that. I had a little mouse trouble. I was actually seeing the mouse on my screen move up, and that it's actually on the other screen, and I couldn't get it to hit the pause button. Anyway, got Marvel already loaded up, and yes, there, as you can see, all the tabs here at the top. There's plenty of books here to break your bank account this week. Yikes! And I didn't even highlight all of them. I'm just going to talk about a few of each. Well, Amazing Spider-Man number 38. We've got the Stone Monkey Suit Spider-Man 2 variant. I don't know if this is going to be something, but you know how everybody seems to go crazy when somebody's in a new costume. So if you want to add this one to your pull list and get it for $4.99 just in case it shoots up, this is your opportunity. There is a Spider-Man Gang War First Strike number 1. There's a lot of different books out that have the Gang War, and Spider-Man is one of them. And there is a different suit version on that as well. Very similar to the Spider-Man 38 we just looked at. But the Spider-Man Gang War First Strike number 1, Spider-Man 2 variant. So, and it's got that nice Gang War logo on it. There is a Captain Marvel number 2, in case you read Captain Marvel number 1 and liked it. This is your chance to pick that up. Of course, there are multiple covers. Believe me, there are multiple covers of everything this week. Howard the Duck number 1. Another one that there are multiple covers, and a 1 in 100 Insignia Virgin variants. Kind of looks okay. I looked at the covers and none of them really blew me away, but one of them I actually thought was kind of cool and is going to surprise a lot of people because you know that I'm not a major fan of, I've got tired of his artwork, but the Scotty Young actually looks really cool. I like this one. So, will I order it? I don't know. I'm trying to keep the cost down, but for all you people out there that like Scotty Young and know that I always have a problem with him, I bow down to you. He does have talent. Yes, he is cute. All right, so what else we got here? We have the Luke Cage Gang War #1. Again, bunch of variants on this. I think there's a photo variant also. I don't know what the Gang War is going to be. I'll probably wind up catching up with it after the fact. Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood #2. If you like #1, here's your chance to order #2. The Marvel Superhero Secret Wars Battle World #1. So I think I have one of these ordered. Another Secret Wars plot, but there is a bunch of variants, but the one variant that I love the best is, I mean, seriously, just the light blue, and it just screams the original Marvel Secret Wars. So, yeah, of course they have much more modernized characters, and he's already in the black suit there. I get it, but that light blue it just says, it's an homage to the original, so that's cool. We have She-Hulk, Sensational She-Hulk #2. If you read #1 and you liked it, go right ahead. I don't know what's up with this cover though. It's just weird, it's freaky. Spider-Gwen Smash #1. Now it says #1. Is it a new series? Is it a one-shot? I don't know. I think we're just still oversaturating the market with spiders, man. I'm getting arachnophobia in the comic market. Now this, okay, we have a variant, Spider-Gwen Smash #1, the JTC negative space variant, the Virgin variant, and it's $4.99, and Image is not available. Now, a lot of times people don't, they order based on the covers that they like. And if this is a variant of the Spider-Gwen Smash and it's a negative space variant, which a lot of times those things really look great, I've got a couple of these ordered because I got a feeling this might be one of those ones that the negative space variants always seem to be overprinted, but I got a feeling with no image, people didn't happen to read it. I got a feeling that this is going to slip through a lot of people's polls and might be worth something. I'm thinking like the missed minutes type of thing, Gotta catch one once in a while. There is also a Momoko foil variant. It says, please inquire for price. I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be $9.99 for a foil variant. But it's not terrible. I mean, I've seen better work by her. I've seen worse. I don't like the arm. I think it just looks a little weird. But if you like Momoko, there is a foil variant of Spider-Gwen Smash. Spider-Woman #1 also has a book out this week. It's part of the Gang War. And X-Men Blue Origins #1. And I think there's 2 different variants. There might be more, but that's what's available on Preview Guide. So let's get into the next one. And remember to move the mouse on. Okay, we do have one from Dynamite this week. We have Wheel of Time Great Hunt, cover A. I think there's 4 different covers of this one, including a sketch variant. It's a comic book adaptation of his book, Wheel of Time. So if that's something that you've read and you'd like to see a comic adaptation of it, Dynamite has one that is not a Red Sonja book this week, for a change. Okay, so I just got through the generic all other comic brands, and there's less tabs. Usually I had to break this into like A through M and N through Z. I've got them all in one grouping. It's less here than there is from Marvel, so less for you to read, but it's also your wallet's going, thank you. So from Image Comics, we have A Haunted Girl #2. So if you like #1 and you want to order it, there's #2 of 4. That's the cover A. And I gotta move the mouse onto the right section there. There we go. That's so confusing when I do that. Okay. American Psycho we do have #2. Okay, so if you want to order it, great. But there is also #1 cover K second chance variant. I think this is just like I can't say second printing. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is number one. It's a cover K. So American Psycho seems to be liked by by people. So I don't know if this one has a chance of slipping through. Why not take a chance? There's the cover A of number 2, America. Beneath the Trees, number 2. So I know Greg liked number 1, and I think a few other people did too. I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get number 1. One of the few number 1s that slipped through. But here's number 2, and I think there are a couple of different covers of that as well. We have Drive Like Hell from Dark Horse Comics, number 2. So if you like number 1, there you go. Geiger, Ground Zero, number 1 of 2. So there's a 2 issue. If you remember the Geiger series, it looks like this is a different storyline from Image Comics. So if you're clamoring for a little bit more, here you go. You got 2 books to read. The G.I. Joe Real American Hero Hamacut one-shot cover A. This is from Image, but it's a reprint. I think it's 1984 was the Marvel number 1. Man, I almost pulled the trigger right before that G.I. Joe book shot up, before the market went nuts, and I was, like haggling over like $10 with the seller for a 9/8, and somebody else swooped in and grabbed it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get the next one. They never came back down. That's where I was looking at it. But it's actually a pretty good cover of it. So there's been a few reprints of it, facsimiles, but this is the first one I think from Image, or as they say, Skybound Comics Group. Lunar Lodge, number 1 from Dark Horse. Another new story to read. And lastly, we have from Scout Comics, This Little Piggy, again with a couple of different covers. I don't know. I haven't been overly blown away by the stories that have been coming out from Scout Comics lately, but I do got to give credit on their cover art. They're pulling no stops when it comes to the cover art. So, and that is that for this week's hot, interesting, whichever you want to call it, Books for Final Order Cutoff. I'm back. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm working so many hours. I'm still trying to get this room set up. I know you got this gray wall behind you. It's not a wall. It's a sketch variant. Okay. That's what it is. I don't have a comic room. I have a sketch variant. So I need Deegan over here to paint my wall. Deegan, you hear me? Come on. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you found this information informative, helpful. If there's things that you feel that I've missed, please drop it in the comments, not just for me, but for the other viewers. Share with them so we all have a chance to know what's coming out. And don't forget to check us out on, we have our Etsy store, which has t-shirts and hats supporting the channel. We've got our Patreon, and we love our Patreon members as well. We have other things coming out soon, but our Patreon right now, /Team Ohana, $3 a month, you get bonus books all the time. I mean, for $3 a month, you get more than your money's worth. Yeah, we lose money on this channel. We don't care. It's not our day job. This is our hobby. We're having fun. Instagram, Team Ohana Family. It's the only place where it's different. If you want to hear our podcast, yes, our podcast for the Back Issue Book Club, just go to Spotify or whichever outlet and go to Team Ohana. Now, we're all over the place at Team Ohana. We're just having fun. Thank you so much for joining. Till we see you in the next video, though, mahalo.